All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Loan Officer Breakfast Club. It is Thursday, my friends. And you know what that means? It means we're going to have the big brain of Owen Lee on the show. Once again. Hobnobbing with the celebrities, as always. Man, oh man, I can't wait to hear what we've got going on.
That is the most untruthful introduction I've ever. Big brain celebrity. Not me.
I got pulled over the other day. I said, I know Owen. Oh, pardon me, Mr. White. Where are you heading to? Can we help you get there faster? Yeah, you can actually.
Like,
I'm heading over
out of the car and cuff him.
Yeah, I'm heading over to Owens. Oh well, we'll put it right there. So
don't make me call Owen.
We just saw the governor pulling in. So
That's gracious.
Oh, well, good stuff. Well, good morning, everybody. Good to be here once again. Thanks for tuning in.
By the way,
have
you ever seen it go well when somebody else tells somebody else, "Do you know who I am?"
No,
that never goes well after that. Like that's the beginning of a really bad day. If you ever have to say that's never going to go well. No.
Well, and now it gets recorded,
and
so you look like a jerk saying it too. Yeah.
Right. Yes. Now the world sees. Yeah. Indeed. Carl, who I saw in here? Jerry Maguire.
I love Jerry Maguire.
I know he's here. There he is. What's up, Jerry?
Good morning.
How are you doing, man?
I am well.
Good.
Carl, did you get the video I sent you? No.
I'd be lying if I said I did. So.
Don't you have one of those hairless cats?
I do.
You do. I thought you did.
Sphinx.
I came across a funny video and forwarded it. I'm like, he's never going to see this. He's way too important.
No. How'd you send it to me? Was it Facebook Messenger?
Maybe. Yes.
Yeah, I'll go look it up. They don't delete it, but I'll go look it up. Sometimes somebody helps me with some of that stuff.
It was nothing spectacular. It was just something I was like, wait, Carl has one of those. I'm like,
I can't wait to see it. Frank, I'll after I watch it, I'll share it with you.
Okay. Well, if it's on Facebook Messenger, I probably am not going to get it. Just so
yeah. I spend a fair amount of time on Facebook Messenger. Actually, I do.
I don't. I've kind of been just distant from Facebook completely for a long time.
Well, I don't do too much Facebook, but like Messenger, you can actually work around. Like if I want to talk to Chris Johnstone, I go on Messenger. By God, I'll get him. If I text him, I get this AI response that sounds just like him, but I know it's not. I know it's not. No, it's not.
It's true. As a communication piece, Messenger's still pretty valid. Very valid.
It bypasses a lot of gatekeepers. It does.
Well, there you go. Good stuff to tune into first thing in the morning. All right. Well, I don't know. What is it? We're only 3 minutes in. Maybe we should just get going. What do you think? I think we should.
Thursday.
Kristen, thoughts?
Do it.
What do you think?
100%. Are you sure you're not forgetting anything?
I don't know. That's the thing. That's what I rely on you and Jen for. I mean, am I forgetting something?
I think that's Kristen's slight, polite nudge of, Frank, don't forget about.
Nope, I'm totally just kidding, Frank. He had that look on his face like 3 minutes. I feel like I should be saying something else. Well, we do have the complete loan officer today.
There it is.
Oh yeah, Carl.
All right.
Today.
What's happening today?
Jen.
What are we doing today?
Yeah.
What we're doing is we're putting together what I call it's like discovering what your urgent problem is. And most people don't know what it is. And so today, again, is a worksheet. So for our members, make sure that you're on and make sure you have pen and paper. I emailed you over some attachments, for you to fill out. And so it's very interesting. Somebody ran me through this one time and it was like, no kidding. It was fascinating. And then once you find out what your real urgent problem is, it's pretty easy to fix. The biggest thing is we don't know what the problem is. We know what the symptoms are, but finding like what is that urgent problem? It's a very personalized, not personal, like intimate thing, but it's a very individualized thing. And I think you'll really enjoy this workshop. So once you solve your biggest problem, your urgent problem, it's kind of like a lot of things kind of fall into place after that. Like things get really, really easy. It's like if you're running and you turn around, you look, and you got a sled, and you're pulling 50 pounds of rocks behind you. You go, oh, no wonder I wasn't running so fast. I got this sled of rocks. It just, well, cut the sled off. Oh, I didn't know I could do that. And then you go a whole lot faster, a whole lot easier. So anyway, that's what we're doing today.
All right. Well, I mean, would you say that not knowing what our most urgent problem is our most urgent problem?
I hadn't thought of it that way. I think you're absolutely right. Yeah, good point. So yeah. Show up today. Well, awesome. I think you'll find it interesting. Hey, and this is sometimes you can watch the recordings and the recordings, and I do a summary that's always available. Some of these workshops, it's better if you attend it live because you're more likely to actually do it, and then you actually get the results from doing it. So yeah, we'll see everybody there.
Got it. Sounds good, man. It's going to be great. Hey, before we get going, can I talk to Kelly Dutton just for 1 minute? Is that okay? Everybody good with that? So, Kelly, here's the question. Let's say there's a big fat honking deal, like it's a $10 million deal. Like it's the price is $5 million and the cost to fix the property is $5 million. So the total cost of this thing is $10 million, right? And so then you say, okay, there's a 70% loan to cost is what they'll give you. So they'll give you basically $7 million against that total cost. Is that right? Is that how that works on loan to cost?
Well, if it's construction up,
yeah,
not necessarily. If they've, let's just say they scored on a building or a piece of land,
yeah,
it's going to be a huge improvement that has to be done. Let's just, so you buy the land for $5 million because you scored, but it's really worth $12 million, something like that, foreclosure or something. But it's going to take $21 million of rehab.
Yeah,
you could get up to 90% on the rehab to 100% on the rehab.
Okay.
Depending on equity in so.
Well, here's the question. Let's say it was 90%. They say, okay, we'll give you 90%. So the person that's wanting to do the deal has got 10% of an obligation at that point, right? Of the total cost. They have a 10% obligation. Okay.
From a cross collateral, not necessarily cash.
Okay. That's what I wanted to know. So there's ways you can tweak this thing, basically.
I would figure a way to tweak it or pull from something else.
And that's what I was looking for. Kelly Dutton will figure out a way to tweak it and get it done for you. So if you've got crazy, weird stuff like that going on, you want to give her a call. Kelly, put your contact information in the chat. That's what she helps us. She's helping a lot of people, Carl, on Breakfast Club right now.
No question about it.
Yeah, she's killing it. So there you go. Anyway, thank you, Kelly. Get your contact info in there. You proved my point perfectly, and I appreciate it. All right, let's get moving. The man of the hour, Mr. Owen Lee, the Mortgage Market Update.
Here we go. I don't know. I'm kind of intimidated. I don't like to go after the big hawking deal. The big
right.
hawking $10 million deal. So,
yeah, that's super confusing, right? Yeah.
I got nothing coming after Kelly. So anyway,
all right.
I feel like it's the same every we're going to take a look at some of the same information. And I got Bill Devers, my analyst over here, putting stuff valuable stuff in the chat. We've got we're on a 3 or 4 day losing streak. Jen, you want to put up the first slide? Yep. We'll just take a look at a couple of things. What I have for you is Iran, and Iran. That's what it's all about. I don't know exactly who MG is in the chat. Said we're already getting hammered this morning. We've been down 10, 20, 30-ish basis points for the last 3 or 4 days. Just as, what do we have, right? We've got airstrikes in the Middle East. We've got, very unfortunately, a couple, I think 3 deceased U.S. service members. God bless them. and their families, and 11 nights of attacks, and a tanker was targeted in the Middle East, and this is what we have, right? We've got oil versus MBS. This is my first slide. I think Bill might be, Mr. Devers might be a little bit psychic, because this is the exact thing that I was going to talk about. Oil is up. We 3 weeks ago, when we signed the supposed 60-day deal, 4 weeks ago, whatever that was, oil touched 67, I think, as a low. Now it's almost at 90 this morning. That's the purple line, so that's going up. The price of oil is on the left axis of this slide, and right is the price. We've seen a degradation, probably with how we're going to open this morning, in the past week, of about 100 basis points. Remember, the slide to the right moves in ticks. That's kind of a trader language. A tick is, I believe, 3 basis points. So if you go from 99.28 to 99.04, and then we're down about 15 basis points this morning at the open, we're close to 100 basis points off in price. It's 100% driven by the tension in the Middle East, by what's happening. There's been our last inflation report on June was very tame and very good, and here we've lost 100 bips. Why have we lost 100 bips? Why has oil gone up almost $20 or $10 a barrel in the last week? There's been no fundamental change in the marketplace. It's all about perception about the Middle East. If this keeps going, the 10-year is up to 4.7 or something like that. So this is where we are. It's just a continuation. I kind of feel like Bill Murray when I'm on here every Tuesday or a Thursday, excuse me, because this is what's driving it, and it's going to keep driving it until it's solved. And so, the elixir for this is all the things that the 220 people plus however many people are streaming, 300-400 people do every day. It's the prospecting, it's the calling. Those are the things that are driving your success right now, because it's not rate, and it's probably not going to be rate for several months. So this is just what happens when we get into one of these moods. And don't worry, it'll change as soon as we get some calm in the Middle East, but nobody really knows when that's going to be. So you can see the direct relationship to the mortgage-backed securities market, which is probably the second biggest market affected by interest rates after the U.S. Treasury market. Number one, number two bond markets in the world, U.S. Treasuries and residential mortgage-backed securities. If we can flip to the next slide, Jen. So let's take a look. We've got a Fed meeting coming up. 350 to 375 is where we are right now. We look at the meeting date, next one coming up. 2/3 of the people that make bets on the interest rate market see the Fed standing pat. They really should stand pat, 100%. There is, I don't believe, a large argument for increasing the interest rate right now. We had very cool inflation over the last 30 days. We had a very cool jobs report. Remember, the Federal Reserve has that dual mandate of jobs and inflation. Neither are overheating right now, but of course, forward-looking, the fear is the 10-year is higher, mortgage interest rates are higher, fuel drives everything is higher. They're going to have an increased bias. This thing changes by the day. I pulled this yesterday. So most people, nearly 100% of the bets, are betting on a 25 basis point increase either at the September meeting or the late October meeting. And then 2/3 of those people are betting on another increase either later this year or early next year. I honestly, I don't even think you can forecast 30 days out. I really don't. I don't know the purpose that this market serves when we're having a geopolitical incident like we are, because this change is like blowing the wind. But I just pulled this information yesterday because it's such a change from the last time I showed it 5 weeks ago when things were looking better in Iran. So that's really what's driving the bus right now. I do think you'll see the president pull every lever that he might be able to between now and the midterm elections, but I don't know how much good it's going to do. I mean, when you look at this, when you look at these reports, like, remember back in January when our friend Bill Pulte announced a 200 billion mortgage-backed securities bond market repurchase, and everybody thought that was going to drive interest rates? That's the farthest thing from what's driving interest rates right now. It's Iran, Iran, and Iran. So,
hey, and
anyway,
one thing Owen and I were talking about yesterday, and actually we're having a meeting. Him and I are having a meeting here in 15 minutes as soon as we finish this. Is we were looking at our own branch, and one message that we've been giving our loan officers, and frankly, we give loan officers across the nation, is the rates don't dictate how many loans you close. Your marketing does. Like everybody,
right.
like that'd be a good thing to write down.
Yep.
Is like the rates don't dictate my income, my marketing does. Right.
Your actions do. Yeah, 100%.
Owen and I are doing we're doing a thing next week. I think he's going to talk about that here in just a minute. But we're doing a thing next week where we're showing some of the different things that we're using that actually we're personally using, not something like we thought was a good idea, on the different ways that marketing, different ways you can use the AI to help you market. And I know Chris Johnstone always shares a lot of good stuff to us about that. But that's really a forefront of you got to be focused on your marketing. So it's great to know about the rates and Owen, I know you do a lot of homework putting this together, and we're very grateful for it. And it is good information, and we do need to know it. We just can't use it as an excuse not to close loans that are
100%.
marketing. Yeah.
So I've got, Carl, to that end, I've got something for you that's on fire right now with some stats that I just pulled last night between 4:30 and 5 that you might not even be aware of for what we're using. I've talked on this platform about that, and Carl and I are doing kind of a pull back the curtain to see what Carl's team is using and how we're having success right now. A couple of these platforms, Carl, are on fire.
Yeah.
That we've talked about with our AI commission engine. Jen, if we can just advance one slide. So you remember we have the 24/7 pre-qual hotline. That's the hotline where potential borrowers call the hotline to find out whether or not they can get a pre-qual. Not a pre-approval. It's a pre-qual. It's pretty simple. System asks 5 or 6 questions. AI bot handles it. The AI bot promotes the loan officer 100% of the time, offers a live call transfer to the loan officer when someone calls, sends out a call summary sheet, sends out the live recording, texts an application link to the prospective borrower. So this is our 24/7 pre-qual hotline. We went live with this one about 3.5 months ago, and then on July 1st, 3 weeks ago, not even 3 weeks ago, or maybe today's the 21st, I don't know. We went live with the co-branded version that you can do with a realtor. And so this gets marketed to the realtor's database by us through Total Expert. We handle all of that. We only have to get 3 data points from the realtor, which is name, email address, and cell phone number, which is important because most realtor databases, I'm sorry, I love them, but they're a mess. Let's go to the next slide and start looking at some of these stats that we've got. It's amazing. So this co-branded, it always promotes the loan officer first. Live call transfer goes to the loan officer. Calendar appointments are booked with the loan officer, not with the realtor. The realtor does get an immediate email and a text notification, a call summary of how the call went without the financial information in it. So we strip that out before it goes to the realtors. It's producing leads for the realtor every single day. Let's take a look at this. Go one more, Jen. We've got 360% growth in inbound calls from potential borrowers in the last 120 days. Almost 400% increase on this thing. Crazy. We're averaging 5.1 million in new prospective borrowers every business day. Every business day, over 5 million of new prospects are coming in on this. We've had 278 requests for co-branded Realtor Pre-Qual numbers. Remember, every phone number is unique to your relationship with the Realtor. We're getting 16 yeses or 16 requests per business day for new numbers to be set up. This thing is exactly what we were talking about. It's more conversations, it's more closings, more commission checks. Bill put in the chat, just simple. It doesn't matter. Just pick up the phone and call. This is exactly what this is, right? This is prospective borrowers raising their hand saying, I would like a mortgage. You are connecting them to the Realtor. You are connecting them to yourself. This is what all the marketing is trying to do, to put you in a conversation with somebody who raises their hand and says, I am interested in getting a mortgage. Am I mortgageable? And this thing is on fire. It's absolutely on fire. Almost 25%, 23% of the calls are coming in between 11 p.m. and 6 a.m. These are clearly people that don't want to talk to a human, right? They want the anonymity of the AI bot. But they're connected to you. So clearly that's another vein that we've hit on, right? People want the anonymity of that. We're giving it to them, and we're connecting them to our borrowers, and you're connecting them to the Realtor that you have a relationship with. This is, I don't want to over the top it, but this is the biggest lay down presentation to the Realtor that I've seen probably in 10 years. So,
yeah, and you know what's funny, Owen, is we did this study some years ago, got a lot of traction, where we called a bunch of loan officers just randomly. They weren't in our group. They weren't necessarily on Breakfast Club. It was just a random group of mortgage loan officers across the nation. And we called, if I remember right, it was like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So wherever they were in the country, they were open for business, right? And at 1 o'clock Eastern time in the afternoon, we called these loan officers, or it started at 1 o'clock, ran for several hours, that we had only 17% of loan officers answered their phone, right? Only 17%. So that's less than 1 out of 5 answered their phone. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of this goes back to, and by the way, of those 17, a separate stat, that when leaving a voicemail, I think it was like 10% of the voicemails were full, and we couldn't even leave a voicemail.
Yeah.
Verizon had so many
all the time.
They had so many voicemails that Verizon tapped out and said, we can't take anymore on your behalf, right? Just crazy. And so this goes back to the thing, don't ever hesitate to delegate out what you're already not doing.
Yeah.
Which frankly is answering the phone. And again, on this, they have an option. They can call you live, right? You have 2 numbers that you give out. This is where you can get me live. This is where you can do a 24/7 application. And I think it's very interesting and not surprising that we're getting a fair share of these things coming in the middle of the night where they literally don't want to talk to anybody. Because come to find out, they don't want to talk to us per se. It's not that they don't want to, but they don't need to. They just want the money, and they want to know, can I buy a house? And this has taken off way better than I expected, frankly.
Well, I'll tell you one story, Carl. So we had a situation, and listen, I am guilty, right? I'm not claiming any moral high ground. Been selling a product or service for most of my life. I'm a lawyer by training, but I haven't practiced law in almost 30 years. I'm embarrassed to do the math, but it's almost 30 years. I let good prospects slip through my fingers due to busyness. Like, that happened to me, so I'm not claiming any moral high ground. But this thing, we had a person call in, right, leave a message, talk to the machine, get pre-approved. The AI bot texts a link to our point of sale system. I goes on, fills out the link, right? And the first time the loan officer notices a $700,000 deal in their pipe, they're like, who is this borrower and how did they show up, right? That means the loan officer never called the prospective borrower back from the pre-call recording that we sent them. They didn't know who it was until after the application link was filled out and submitted. Then they called, right? And they called and they had a conversation. Beautiful loan, 790 credit score, $700,000 deal close, which resulted in about a $9,250 paycheck to the loan officer. And the loan officer didn't talk to the person until after the loan was submitted. The application was taken.
It's a new world.
And, I mean, it works. It works. It's a new world. Got to take advantage of it. And I would just say there's a couple questions in the chat. Best way to find out about all this stuff is join us next week. I think I've got one more slide up there, Jen. You can probably throw that slide up. Go to mortgagetownhall.com and register, or you can just do that QR code on the scan to sign up for it. There's a couple of questions in there. Tabitha, would this be for newer loan officers? This is for every loan officer.
Yeah.
Every loan officer that works on Carl's team has access to this. It's free. You can go sign up 76 realtors. We'll create 76 phone numbers. There's no charge to you. There's no charge to the realtor. The software is proprietary, so we built it. The whole logarithm and how it handles the person was built by Allison Johnston, who you guys have, a lot of you have met before, affectionately known as the Honey Badger, lifelong underwriter, former board chair of the Mortgage Collaborative, CMB, on Resbog at MBA. Allison's a pros pro. So she wrote it. But the point is, it's getting this out there. It's how, what are we waiting for? Peace in the Middle East before we're going to get lower interest rates and then go up? People have been waiting that their whole lives. Yeah. Like get out there, and we have innovative products, and we're not the only ones that have these, but these are the things you need to succeed. And a lot of people aren't providing them. A lot of loan officers don't know. They're getting their lunch eaten right now by people that have this stuff. That 5.1 million in new prospects, that'll probably be 10 million in 60 days, right? That's 10 million that our loan officers are getting that some other loan officer is not getting. That used to be a deal referred by the realtor. Now we have it before they even call the realtor. This stuff is happening. So the only thing I don't want is I don't want the people on this call to not know what's happening in the industry, right? These things are out there. Tools are available at our company. We're not the only company that has them. Other companies have them. But this is what you have to have. I'm biased, of course. I think ours are great. But you need to get out there and do this kind of prospecting because you have the ability to win. Opportunity is knocking at your door. This is about abundance. And I'm excited. I'm very excited.
I know last time we talked, if I remember right, Owen, we had it was like 1,600 or 1,600 inbound phone calls. Mm-hmm. And this didn't count like if somebody called and hung up. We're talking about like they had a meaningful conversation and gave some information, some full application, some part, but it was meaningful information.
More than 75 seconds. If someone stays on for more than 75 seconds, we count that as a prospect.
Yeah, over 1,500 of them so far in just a short period of time. So it's wildly popular. I thought this was going to be one of those, hey, and by the way, we got this. It's kind of moved up a little bit. You know how a pawn, like in chess, if you move a pawn to the other side, it becomes a queen. I don't know what you call that process, but that's what this has kind of become. It's a little pawn that has become a queen. So anyway.
we call that the process where I lose the chess game trying to get that done. That's a different webinar.
Yeah. So that's on the 29th.
It's fun.
Yep. Yeah, that's on the 29th. So it's next week. 12 p.m. Eastern time, mortgagetownhall.com, mortgagetownhall.com. Another thing, guys, too, when they do these town halls, especially this one's going to be a big one, be sure to register early and get there early because sometimes you can't get in.
And this one's a little different, Frank. I probably should have
Yeah.
picked a better URL, frankly, but we sometimes we just get a great idea and we go, hey, let's just implement it now. So instead of making it perfect, let's just get it going. So normally when we do town halls, Owen's talking about industry happenings and things like that. This one's different. This is like we used to get a large group of us and I'd go to the main office, which is up in Plymouth, Michigan. And when people do a 1 or 2 day virtual tour or on-site tour of my branch, which I think is a good idea, whether you're a branch manager, broker, like whatever, seeing what happens in a top tier branch, I think is a really good thing. I go to a lot of offices, for that purpose. And so that's kind of what this is, except today, instead of jumping on a plane, we found if we can just do a virtual tour. And so Owen and I, the plan is we're going to be doing a series on this, showing the different things that we actually do in our branch. And so really, I should have called this, Owen and Carl's virtual tour.com kind of thing, but we didn't have time to do that.
Couldn't get that URL.
We already had the mortgage town hall. So
can't let the perfect be the enemy of the good, right?
That's exactly right.
Yeah. Right. Indeed. Yeah. Good stuff, man. Awesome. Well, great, man. Hey, Owen Lee, thank you again, man. Always a pleasure to have you here with us. Super appreciate it.
Time to win. Yeah. Everyone's got the ability to win. Doesn't matter what's going on in the Middle East. If you pay attention, you work your business, you execute your plan, you can win.
Yeah.
Hey Frank, did I tell you what? Did I tell you what Owen also did?
I can't wait to hear,
dude. So, this Thursday segment has been really popular, and Bill Devers has been very helpful along with Owen, giving good information in the mornings and where's the rates and where's the bond market and how does this equate. I approached Owen with the idea. I said, we ought to have this morning. I don't even call it a newsletter. Let's call it a morning brief that we're going to email out. And it's going to have here's the bond and here's what this means. And just a very brief summary of what matters to us in the mortgage industry, like what's happening, where's that going, and what that means to us. And then most importantly, there's no information without, and here's the action you should take because of this. So each little thing is going to be 4 major stories. And here's the action. Here's a short, quick, actionable that you can do today because of this information. I said, Owen, there's one problem, man. I said, I got to hire a full-time person to help me with this. And, it's very expensive doing, I'm not saying this to be funny. It's very expensive to do all this stuff. And I said, hey, and Owen, thank you in advance for sponsoring this and writing a check to make this happen. And he said, sure. So a lot of the stuff we do here, he's such he's a very humble guy. He does a lot of behind the scenes stuff. He does a lot of sponsoring for myself. And I know him and Chris Johnstone, they work a lot together. And so anyway, we're going to be releasing this. I think it's coming out in about 2 weeks. We'll give you a place where you can sign into it. But it's going to be an actionable, very short, brief, kind of like a mortgage minute, kind of thing. I'm not going to give you the name yet. We're not ready for people to start opting in. But it's going to go out Monday through Friday, I believe it is, with each actionable thing. And it's going to be free for the industry. And thanks for Owen for sponsoring it. So I appreciate you.
That'll be awesome. Yeah, that's cool, man. Wonderful. Thanks, Owen.
Tools to win. That's what we need. They're out there. We can all win.
Yep. Absolutely. That's what Bill said too when he chimed in. He said, just call, man. Got 3 contracts yesterday. Or whatever it is. Yeah, it's just make the calls. Go get them. It's out there. But hey, man, we really appreciate you as always, Owen Lee. It's a pleasure to have you here. It's just a blessing. Great stuff,
guys.
Start
of my day, Breakfast Club. Yep.
Awesome. Appreciate it, man. And don't forget, guys, the town hall next week. So mortgagetownhall.com, mortgagetownhall.com. Be on there. Get registered. Get there early. We'll be here tomorrow with Chris Johnstone. The big question: are Google reviews what they used to be? Right? Are they the thing, or is there a new thing? Is there a new way? Right, Chris? Maybe, maybe not.
Hey, can I ask a question on the outro?
Absolutely.
You keep the music going. In the chat, just real quick, do you primarily Google or do you primarily AI. So whether it's chat or Grok or Claude, do you Google these days or do you AI? Just real quick in the chat. I'm just curious.
Wow. Couple of both.
Yeah.
Nobody's Googling anymore.
A couple Googles. Okay.
First Google. First
very
Google.
interesting. Very interesting. Hey, I'm just curious. Chris, what do you do? Do you Google?
No, it's all
Owen?
It's all AI.
Owen, do you Google?
No, I chat.
Frank?
I use OpenClaw, but yeah, AI.
I primarily chat. Yeah.
Kristen?
I primarily chat. Yeah.
Okay, so I Google, but it gives me an AI response.
Yeah,
so
I get it.
I
So
don't know.
Jen?
Oh, I'm chat.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The only time I Google is when I'm trying to get to a place. Like if I'm visiting Chris at his office, I'll put in his office and it'll give me a review. And so I still look at the reviews on Google, but when I want information, 100%, zero times out of 100 do I go to Google to get information, only directions. And I still look at their reviews though. But so, interesting. I was just curious.
Yeah.
I love how Kristen perfectly splits the baby in half. I Google, but I
know
read
it's
the
like
AI result from the Googling.
She's running for the Senate. It's like, okay, whatever. Whatever.
Kristen
There's a
Simpson
place
for
for all
president.
technology.
Hey, one last thing. So when you one last thing. So when you sign on for the Breakfast Club, up until very recently, I saw Kristen's picture up there, and now I seen mine. Let's get real honest here. Which one do you prefer to see? Like, I'm not worried about your hurt.
Do you like Kristen? Or do you like Carl?
That's totally unfair. I'm going to lose every time.
I know, it
we
was
all
like-
want Carl. I was happy to see Carl's face back up there.
I don't
See, if you'd have started with
gotta-
mine, it'd have been okay. But when you start with Kristen and then you go to mine, it's like,
Here's what we're
man.
we're gonna take a picture of the two of us together at the event in October, and that's what we're gonna use.
See that's like having you go first and then me following up. That's like going to I'm holding a concert and Van Halen is my warm up band, right? It's like, okay, whatever. I got no chance here. So anyway.
And now he knows I'm right back. Okay.
I was just curious.
Last thing, best answer in the chat, Carl. I don't know if you saw it. Ben Casper, who I don't know. Good morning, Ben. Nice to meet you. But I use Ask Jeeves.
Saw that.
Perfect answer from 2002. Great stuff, Ben.
Even though I saw Google's earnings number was above what they were expecting.
Oh, that's good.
So yeah, they had a smacking hot earnings report yesterday. There's some other stuff. Their stock actually ticked down just a hair bit, but their earnings report was on fire, and it was like, man, there's some smart guys and gals over there. To figure out that.
That'll change as soon as you can do paid ads through GPT.
Yeah, that's it.
That'll completely go away.
Yeah, that's it. All right.
So, all right, let's get out of here.
I'll see
Come
my link
on.
going.
We'll see you guys. Adios.
All right, bye.
Yep.
Have a wonderful
Kristen.
day, everybody.
There you go.